Hello and welcome to EDU 3305. I'm Dr. Roland Weldon. I'll be your instructor for this course. So what you're seeing today is our orientation, which is basically about a 5-day period where I'm going to go over just a few brief things before we have our first face-to-face class and our online Zoom version of it on the Tuesday. So I just want to go over a few things, let you know who I am, put a face to a name, if you will, so that we can move forward. This is just going to be a brief presentation that shows you what we're going to be doing over the next few days before we meet up on Tuesday. Okay, so right here is our welcome. The presentation will be available for you also as a Google slide, but also be in a screencastify video as well. So you'll be able to see these, and I'll drop them in the announcement section as well. So you'll be able to go in. So you'll get my information a couple different ways, so that you'll be comfortable with it. So again, I'm Dr. Roland Weldon. That is my phone number with the information below that you also can pull up in the profile area when you go into Canvas. That is my Troy email address. So that is the contact information for me. Moving forward, this is a description of the class. This is EDU 3305, and this is Teaching with Technology. And it's designed to have prospective teachers kind of learn about the existing and emerging technologies that are coming out or that are out that will benefit you in the long run in terms of being an effective educator. So we're going to be traveling through these components together. You'll like it. There is no textbook to buy. Remember that. That's fine. But I've got a lot of different resources we'll pull in, so we've kind of worked around some of those things that, for literature reasons wise, but be very cost efficient though if we go without a textbook and we do it this way. So you'll see I got an article for you to read to go along with our orientation activity we're doing over the next few days. Okay, so uh, what I have is this is about me. Uh, I was a member of the United States Navy in my 20s. I was a food person, if you will, and also an electronics technician, did several other jobs until I settled in on education. And I was a Troy Dothan graduate myself in 1996 with a degree in special areas. For the last 25 years, I have worked in education. Before that, 8 years in technology, so 33, 34 in all, of some capacity in terms of being an education technologist or working with people. So again, I taught special areas. I taught technology and business ed, the career tech courses, if you will, those strands over the years. And for the last 10 years, until I retired on October 1 of the previous year, I worked for Alabama Technology and Motion. And our job, my job there was to travel to schools and teach the best practices using technology in the classrooms. So I had over roughly 100 site visits a year for 10 years. So it was 1,000 site visits and over 4,000 sessions. So we have been certified, or I have been certified on just about every form of technology you can be, from Microsoft, Apple, Google, to the new emerging technologies that schools are using, such as PowerSchool, that we'll talk about and expose you to a little bit as we move forward as well. So that's pretty much what I do. And currently, I am a half professor at Troy University, or a half a college instructor, and then I'm an education consultant for various groups throughout the state. So, like today, I'm up in the University of Alabama doing a component, and then Friday I'm a guest presenter at like Faulkner University. So there's a couple of universities that I'm doing some things with to help them out. So that's what I'm doing a little bit this week is with the University of Alabama and addressing like PowerSchool and how we're looking at implemented in the school system. So that's where we are with me. When I talk about teaching this class, and I want you to think about it in terms of what the challenges are to being a teacher in today's uh, uh, 21st century classroom. I don't want to get too much into this because I've also dropped an article on you, which are the 10 reasons why teachers struggle. So you probably have seen them because you're a student, you've been a student from high school, middle school, and to your current college classes. You can look at those and reflect upon them and see where some of these technology components and where the challenges lie. So you want to identify those so that you can break that cycle. So we're going to be talking about how do we prepare you to work in the schools of today, right? And we got to instill a construct of a change model where technology is, you know, that has become obsolete or ineffective, then you're going to have to be the advocate for that change. So you're gonna be our people that we want to empower you to be the change makers. And so you're going to be able to evaluate technology and say, yeah, this is good, or we can do better. So those are going to be some of the things that we hope you take away from this class is that you will walk away going, got it. I like this. I like this tool. It has to have a purpose. It has to have a reason to be used in the classroom. If not, it's just filler and it's entertainment. We don't need that. So we're going to determine the best practices to evaluate those, and we're going to focus on digital citizenship for today's learners. We really have to look at that and really put that up in a lens. And we'll spend a week, maybe a little longer, on going over some digital citizenship tools as well. So we will look at things that have been vetted by the State Department that you can use in the state of Alabama or any other state that you'll be looking to work in. Here's the overview of the class. The class schedule is in the syllabus. It's already built into it. Every Tuesday will be our live traditional classes. For some of my students, I have to explain. My Troy students, this is a traditional Tuesday class. It will be from 12:50 to 3:05 clockwork. Pretty much how I've done it for the last 5 years, where we've had this class, and then the Thursday component is a continuation. It's almost like a lab where you'll be able to go and work independently on it. If you need a catch-up, if you need assistance, we will schedule an online component for everybody to attend if they need that. So that will be one of the options we can do. Now, I say right now every Tuesday. If there is an unforeseen scheduling problem where, for instance, a lot of schools are having weather delays this week, and if that was an impact to my Tuesday class, we would look at rescheduling that class to another time. Okay, so there could be a Thursday class if there was a scheduling conflict where unforeseen to us, a tropical storm where the school closes on Tuesday. I really like to get these face to faces in, and we'll have some of that. We have flexibility to do that. This is a scheduled Tuesday and Thursday face to face, but I'm just letting you be aware that it won't be sprung on you, but we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to make some changes if that occurs. For the most part, I haven't seen that. We're not in hurricane season right now, so those are some of the things that pop in on us in terms of weather and closing the schools, snow days, those kind of things. But for the most part, these traditional face-to-face days will pretty much be there. My Phoenix City students, for my Troy folks, we'll let you know. We'll talk about this again. They are remotely accessing the class, and that's the only way they can get this class right now because of some unforeseen, some other factors involved. So they will be participating in a live version. So if these set students are going to be interacting at the same time with our other students, which is going to be a great challenge for us, but we're going to find out what works, what doesn't. You're all be like our guinea pigs for this class. So it's going to be kind of fun. We'll figure out what works because it is a technology class. This is why we are doing it this way. And it has to be live and it has to be where we are interactive during these sessions. So it just won't work any other way. So we'll definitely be looking forward as we go forward for our Tuesday class for our Troy students that are going to be on site, and then the remote access ones, because it will not be what you've seen in the past in terms of Zoom. There'll be some interactive tools that we'll be using throughout. Okay, so we will do. I think you'll feel a little better once we do the Tuesday class, and you'll see it, and it's going to work fine. Remember, go over, look through the syllabus, and review it. Review it in the Canvas layout. Make sure you log in. About half of you have not been in yet to log into your Canvas. Make sure you can get in and look at the content. I keep that updated and I keep it pretty informed, so you'll be able to get into it. Okay. The syllabus hyperlink. You notice that all my content is also linked from the presentation, so you can get it from more than one direction. We're going to do 2 activities this week. All right, and I like to have these done before we meet on Tuesday afternoon. And the first one is an introduction form. I want you to follow the directions for this and do exactly what it says. So basically, it is going to be your welcome. Okay, so we're going to do this form first. Okay, and you'll submit that. I'm not asking you to reply to anybody else, just post it in there. There are no please reply to 2 other people. No, just do the activity one and just move along. Okay, and answer each one of those little bullets. Okay, the second thing we're going to do is this is going to be the reading for the week. We'll traditionally do a reading that will focus on a particular content area, and the first one is the theme is challenges. That is this week. And so we're going to make sure that you identify what challenges are in place right now for my current teachers so that you can start looking through that lens as we explore the technology tools and resources that we kind of delve into for the rest of the semester. So the article will be right in here, and the hyperlink will work. When you click on it, there's your article. And then you will read over this article and you'll respond to the questions down. One of the first problems is introduce technology is not always the preferred one. Yeah. So I'm going to go back up here and look what it says to do. Identify 2 of the 10 that you looked at and think about your former teachers and where they experienced those problems and what could have been some solution sets as a learner as you're watching it go unfold where a teacher is frustrated by technology. What could have been done to solve that problem? So you're just going to post that in there. So I want you to think about it. So this class this week is all about what's what's the challenge with utilizing technology, and the second is what would you do about it. Okay, so you'll just write a short paragraph on each one of those, and you'll post it right inside the discussion board. So I know most people are probably comfortable with that. If I click here, um, oh, one last thing. Inside of my presentation, there's an exit activity. Okay, this is a slide right here. I'll even change the color of this if it makes you feel better. I'll make it like a pink background. So you're looking for a pink background inside of my presentation. If you click on this, right, it's going to give you a sheet to fill out. Enter your name and answer these questions. I have watched the video Dr. Weldon sent out for the week. 2, I've reviewed the presentation and I understand what the assignments are for the week. 3, I have looked over the syllabus for the class. You want to do that. And then finally, last, I have a question for Dr. Weldon that I don't understand after looking at the syllabus. Now, we are going to cover a lot of Q&A when we do our Tuesday session. So if you have a question, just put it in there and I'll make sure I cover that on our Tuesday session. If you don't have a question, leave it blank. Okay, so you'll hit submit, and that is going to be kind of a participation grade for the week. I will know that you finished the assignment. You click here or here. Okay, so that will help. For my people that are not real comfortable in Blackboard, this is a technology class. I'm sorry, I just called it Blackboard. It's Canvas. We use Canvas here at Troy. I'm going to go in as a student view and look just like you. So here's our class. If you have not looked into Canvas, remember, you will have your home, your announcement. This is exactly how you will look. And let me get rid of all of this. Just here. So I look like you. So I go home and look, I have a recent announcement, and that was sent out yesterday. And it says, "Good morning, students. Remember that our first," and if you open it up, it would have said that. It will say, come on. There it is. Our first formal class will be next Tuesday. There will be an online component released today, really tonight, but I'll go ahead and get it earlier. And that will be due before class begins Tuesday at 12:50. Bam. Simple. That's in the announcements. Remember where I said we're going to look over the syllabus? Read over it. Check it out. I got a link right here for you, right? And look at it. I'm going to click right inside of it, and it opens my syllabus. So in student view, you should be able to go right through these. And just there's an overview, and it's pretty much all of the just general information you would have in terms of the syllabus. Attendance policy. I will go over some of these in detail when we see when we do our Tuesday session. But I want you to notice that there is no textbook. You will need live text, right? And most of you have already purchased that for your other courses. So that is an element you will have here. All right. So, back to my syllabus. So that's where I was in the syllabus. Okay. Last part is the modules. The modules where all the assignments will be for the week. And you'll notice that the presentation that I just went through is right here. And then you have two forms. I just discussed them. They're right there. They're 5 points each. You will go into the introduction form, and this is where you will paste your form. Okay. And now, how do you reply? You click on reply. And this is where you would answer those questions right in here. Okay? So that will be what we do there. So that's pretty much it. So remember the assignments that we're going to do. Read over the syllabus. If you have any questions, be ready for Tuesday. If it's an important question, go ahead and put it in that little survey box. So that is right here in the exit activity. Okay? All good? So that's it. I want to make this short video. It does not need to be long. And I think when you see stop here, you stop here. Okay? And that is where we are for the week. Not a hard week. So, in conclusion, what are you going to do? You're going to go through, check out the presentation, right? And this is the last thing you're going to do really for the week. You're going to go and do the orientation activity, all about you. Then you're going to read the article. You're going to discuss 2 reasons why technology is so challenging that you've experienced and watched your teachers experience. And then you'll fill out this exit activity. That's it for the week until we see you Tuesday. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will respond to that. And again, I'm Dr. Roland Weldon. Glad to have you in our class, and I look forward to next week. Everyone take care and have a good weekend.